Welcome once again to the CCRP Update as we dive deeper into the second quarter of 2026. This program is proudly brought to you by Juicy Patties, always serving the land we love, from serving seriously good Jamaican food to empowering our communities. Juicy is proud to nourish Jamaica in every way. In today's program, we'll be blessed once again by the presence of Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer, Executive Director of the Mona Aging and Wellness Center at the UWI. The topic is one that never gets old, but it ages well: healthy aging. Before we get into the vital conversation, though, let's share a few announcements that could enhance your week and a little family business in there, too. Help us to continue advocating for your rights and assisting seniors in need. When you are a CCRP member, you're actively supporting the rights of seniors and the elderly and assisting in our outreach program. If you're 40 or over, you're eligible to join CCRP. For a fee of only 3,000 Jamaican dollars per year, CCRP opens up a world of exciting events. There are excursions, socials, and opportunities for personal development. Members also have access to discounts of up to 30% from our over 100 discount partners. Now, CCRP offers 2 health insurance plans underwritten by Sagicor and an international health plan underwritten by Lloyd's of London. There's also the BCIC-JNGI Silver Shield plan for motor and property insurance, exclusively for CCRP members. For more information or to join online, visit our website, ccrponline.org. And now to the core of today's update. Aging. It's inevitable as the clock starts ticking from conception until it's time for it to go quiet. In between, there's a lot we can do. The question is, what? How do we make the very best use of this amazing gift of life? Well, you could not hope to get a more compassionate and competent guide than Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer. She's the Executive Director of the Mona Aging and Wellness Center at the UWI. And of course, the topic, aging well, healthy aging. Welcome again, Prof. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful. First things first, what is healthy aging? How would you couch that?
Healthy aging is about making the maximum use of the function that you have, which gives you the whole range of stuff. And it recognizes that you can age well, even if all is not totally well. So what do I mean by that? As you get older, the ability to function in your world is very important to individuals and to families, but more to the individual. As you get older, you want to be independent. You don't want to ask for help. You don't want to have to ask for help. And therefore, the focus becomes on function. So if you have any restrictions, arthritis, that sort of thing, a shirt that buttons up in the front rather than a dress that you have to pull a zipper, that's aging well, because you're aging with independence, because you can do it up. Some people might even say change buttons to Velcro so you just press down. And that can be applied to anything. So your functions are eating, sleeping, bathing, dressing, and being able to go to the bathroom on your own. So think of each of those. Think of what are your circumstances. Now, your circumstances can be personal or they can be environmental. Because if you're having balance issues, 1 or 2 steps, you may be fearful of them. Stepping over a bath to have a shower. If you have weakness, balance issues again, how do you convert your bath to a walk-in shower? So it's about looking at your way of life, how you like that way of life, not how others want you to do it, and making the adjustments to be able to stay independent.
Oh, that is wisdom. And that is it. Learning from your own experiences and understanding that you now have a range of options. Isn't that wonderful? That's a powerful thing, eh?
Yes, it empowers you. And all of us, the older we get, want to be independent. We don't want anybody telling us what to do. And worse than that, we don't like asking for help, even when we should.
True.
Even when we should.
Maybe I'd like to say especially when we should. Sometimes that's the case with me.
That's right. And my little caution there is think before you refuse to ask for help, what is the possibility of doing damage to yourself? And I think there particularly of falls. There's nothing wrong with taking hold of somebody's hand if the ground is unsteady.
Yes,
That's
yes.
actually maintaining independence, because if you fall and break your hip, you're going to be bedridden at least for some weeks. So
Wow.
ask yourself, can I hurt myself by being too independent?
Mm. Yes, yes. Wow. Can we ask our loved ones with chronic diseases? How well, if they ask you, somebody with chronic diseases, maybe arthritis, diabetes, the like, how do we embrace this healthy aging?
By taking care of yourself. What does that mean? That means, okay, I have a chronic disease. My brother used to say, you need to embrace it. Don't think of it as a burden. Learn to live it and love it. That way, you now treat it well. Treating it well means getting the regular checkups. Treating it well means taking your medication as you should and when you should. We all know that medications can have side effects. What works for me may not work for you. That's why you have a healthcare provider. Don't just decide to stay at home and not take it. Ask the
Mm,
doctor, is there something else? Do I have to take this? Can we merge two of these tablets into one? So, yes, people with chronic diseases can age well, can
mhm.
age healthy, and can maintain function. It may mean
Amen.
using a walker, but if the choice is between sitting in a chair and having everybody bring things to you, having to use a diaper, if a walker is going to let you go to the bathroom, let you go to the kitchen, then a walker is what you need.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, so be wise about it and practical.
Correct.
Hmm.
It can be a little frightening, especially if you have a really serious illness, a stroke, heart problems. Many times people are afraid. So, this is where you need to have the conversation with your healthcare provider, with somebody else. What can I really do? And for example, many people think after a stroke you must rest and relax and take it easy. But your healthcare provider is going to tell you you need to exercise the limb, you need to get up, you can't lie down, you're going to get bed sores. So it's finding out what you can do after a serious illness. Because there's a bit of depression, you didn't expect this to happen, you can't meet all the costs. But you have to look after the mental aspects of it as well, and that needs discussion.
Hmm. Good stuff. What about us older men? Because we tend to look at health a little differently. In my mind, I'm logical, but I find myself not necessarily making the same kind of wise decisions as women in my age group.
I weep for some of the men. If you look at any doctor's office, public and private, you see very few men in there,
Mhm.
very few men. And we know that they are at risk for high blood pressure, for diabetes, just like the women.
Mhm.
Maybe less so because they're not usually as obese. But if you look at things like muscle mass loss, etc., what exercises, if you look at the cancers that men get, the prostate cancer, which can be treated if caught early, it means having regular checkups. Now,
Mhm.
we need to do something about this. We need to be more men friendly in the delivery of healthcare. I know many men tell me that doctors' offices are not for them. So we need to look at how we can improve that. But I mean, we're talking about a lot about menopause. We're not talking about andropause,
Mm.
which is equal. It's the same hormonal, and many of the symptoms are the same. So we have to encourage one of the things we try to do through Mona Aging and Wellness, have a health talk around a domino table. Let's remove the fear of the health of a checkup. Let's put it in an environment where men feel comfortable.
Wow. That's some really, really wise words, Prof. This is why we absolutely treasure your guidance and your active presence. with us
Thank
always.
you.
Thank you so much, Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer, Executive Director of the Mona Aging and Wellness Center at UWI. Thanks as always for your responsiveness and your robust guidance. We really, really thank you for helping us to pursue that life to the fullest mantra. Thank you, Prof.
And thank you for making sure that we can get the message out.
Blessings. And that's how we leave it for today. Please draw closer to our community. Until next Sunday at 3 for all things CCRP, visit our website, ccrponline.org, on YouTube at CCRP 457. And the Caribbean Community of Retired Persons, by the way, is a non-profit membership organization for persons 40 and over, retired or preparing for retirement. CCRP was founded in January 2010 by Jean Laurichin as a 30th anniversary legacy project of our company Procom in honor of her mother and other senior mentors. CCRP Update. This program is proudly brought to you by Juicy Patties, always serving the land we love. From serving seriously good Jamaican food to empowering communities, Juicy is proud to nourish Jamaica in every way. Tune in this and every Sunday to CCRP Update at 3 o'clock. A wealth of knowledge awaits.